I understand that there are people out there, everybody, who want genuine human connection, whatever that looks like to them, whether they want friendships, maybe they just want some sort of like intimacy without the commitment, maybe they want full commitment, whatever it is. And I also understand that you can never be healed enough to do something, right? There's like, you can't say like, I'm gonna work on myself until I'm healed enough, because or I'm healed, because you'll never be fully healed. You'll always have to work on yourself, right? But those things being said, I think there's a level of unhealed that a certain person is, that I feel like you shouldn't try to experience human connection in the way that you want, because you're now bringing other people into your mess, in a way that is not only self-destructive but will affect other people negatively. And there's a level of self-awareness that you need to have to know that you need to stop. And but then there's also a level of self-awareness to actually stop doing it. And there are so many people out there who maybe have done some of the work, but they have not done enough to really fix the kind of issues that they have. And these are issues that would stop them from having a genuine, healthy, loving relationship, whatever that kind of relationship they're looking for. It's either going to end badly, it's going to not last long, or it's just going to just be unhealthy and terrible because of the energy that you're bringing into it, because of the behaviors that you can't stop yourself from doing. And there are people out there, right, who are unhealed and they don't know it, that they're just living life not knowing that they are affecting people the way that they are, that their behaviors are doing certain things, right? There's those kinds of people, and I kind of feel bad for them, but I kind of feel like they're dumb because they don't know, right? But then there are other people who at least have an idea of how their lives have been, how their experiences, their negative experiences have affected the way that they interact with people, how they talk about themselves, how they think, and they still continue to do the things that they do. They don't want to heal, or they think that healing takes so much time and effort, and it does. I could only imagine the kind of person that I would be like 5-6 years ago. There are certain things I couldn't envision about how my life would be, how my relationship with people have changed, and how my relationship with myself has improved. But there are also certain things that I don't do now that I would do, that maybe an unhealed version of myself would see and feel disappointed that I don't do anymore. But the thing is, those things, right, I don't miss doing them. Or I know now that I wasn't in a good place when I did them, that I don't feel the need to do those things. But there's still people out there, there are people out there who at least have some idea of the ways that trauma and negative life experiences has affected them negatively. Maybe they know that, this experience in childhood is why they have panic attacks sometimes, right? That's a big thing. Panic attacks, that's linked to something, right? But maybe they don't know why they always put down their friends, or why they have these like negative thoughts about themselves, or like all of these other things. They don't know that trauma permeates your whole life. It permeates your behaviors, your decision making skills. It permeates your judgment, your worldview, that there are things that you are doing right now that you don't know that are shaped by your stuff that you've dealt with. Like, there are things I've learned as recent as last month, that certain behaviors that I do are related to my trauma, things that I didn't even know were related. If you had asked me like years ago if they were related, I wouldn't have been able to give you a clear answer. And there's a level of like anger I'm feeling right now, knowing that there's people out there who have done things to not just harm themselves but to harm other people, and they might not be fully aware of it, but they have affected people, and they're still going, and they're still like looking for people on dating apps and all of this stuff. And I feel like maybe there's a level of delusion. Do you really think that you're healed because you learned why you have panic attacks? Do you think that you're healed because you did a few mandatory counseling sessions? Do you think you're healed because you stopped drinking? Or you say that you stopped drinking? There are all these things. There are these things that people don't know that are affecting them in so many ways that they could not even fathom. And now they are seeking out people to bring into their mess. And that's the thing that has been bothering me today, is how can you truly get what you have been looking for when your traumas and your behaviors would directly negatively affect the things that you're looking for? There is no kind of relationship that can change that within you. The only relationship that is, I guess, is the relationship with yourself. Are they looking for people because they're trying to forget? Are they too self-absorbed to understand that their self-destructive behaviors also affect others? It is truly a remarkable thing to see. I don't understand it fully. Maybe it's because I am the kind of person who has always been self-aware to a certain extent, and has always had this desire and this need to keep working on myself. And so I always find new things that have affected me, that has shaped my perspective. And some people are not like that. Some people actually do need to take breaks, to like make money and to not be homeless and to like all these other things, right? Some people don't have the time or the energy to work on themselves, and they know that they should work on themselves, but they just don't have the resources or available. And that's something I understand. But when you have so many things within your grasp, and you have the resources and the opportunities, and the only thing that's stopping you is just your will, your fear of seeing what a healed you looks like, your dislike of having to make so many changes, especially the environments that you put yourself in. And that's one thing, to like actively know that you're not going to make any changes, but then to have those like decisions affect people negatively. who didn't ask for that, who didn't want to, be part of it, is, I feel, I don't know, there's something evil about it. There's something mean about that. I don't think necessarily that the people who do that are evil, but that is an evil action to do, to know that you're causing harm and know that you have something to do to change it and you decide not to do anything. I think it's way worse than somebody who's doing a lot of bad things but is unaware of the bad that they're doing. All of this was like spurred on by the fact that one of the first things I did when I woke up this morning was open Bumble, and I really shouldn't have done that. I should have like centered my mind, because I'd kind of been all over the place with like stresses at work and stuff. But I opened the app and I did some swiping, and I saw the person who ghosted me. And what I thought was very interesting about his profile was that he left out some very pertinent information. And I've seen there's some guys who do that. Like, they'll leave out their political affiliation. They'll leave out what kind of relationships that they're looking for. They'll not answer any questions. They'll just do the bio and put some questions and some pictures up. And you kind of, I don't know. There's also stuff about him that has changed, but I think not for the better. And since comparing this to a different different app that I saw him on, and I know that this one that I saw recently is new. It's like, has he really learned anything? Like, is he really just gonna do this again? He's run out of like women to manipulate in his immediate circle, so he has to branch out now. And when I say women to manipulate, I don't even know if I don't really think he's doing that on purpose. But subconsciously, that's what he's doing, because he doesn't feel secure enough to really like show like who he is, like fully, and not like, here are all my traumas and all the bad things right off the bat. It's like, no, who are you actually? And that got me really mad. But now in a way, kind of like pity him in a little bit, not fully, just a little bit. And also, maybe I'm projecting, and none of it is true.